Hello, my name is Anand, Natarajan, Energy Manager for the Mayor's Office of Sustainability in the City of Cleveland. Our office oversees the Cleveland Energy Saver Program, a concierge-style, end-to-end, market-level, residential and multifamily energy efficiency program. With me is John Millenthal of Empower. The City of Cleveland selected Empower in 2015 to run the current version of this very successful program that was originally launched in December 2011 and implemented for a couple of years, which enabled about 150 homeowners to improve the comfort of their homes and cut down on their annual energy bills. John, why don't you tell us some more about Empower, what the Cleveland Energy Saver Program offers for Cleveland residents, and what we are going to see in the following segment.
Thanks, Anand. As Anand mentioned, Empower was selected by the City of Cleveland through a bid process to help execute the city's Cleveland Energy Saver Program. Empower's version of this program is aimed at homeowners, landlords, renters, and small businesses. For instance, our residential Empower Home Energy Tune-Up product is a low-cost, high-impact package that will save you up to 30% on your energy bills, help make your home more comfortable, and even increase the overall value of your property. Poor attic insulation and air sealing are the main culprits to people spending more than they have to on their energy bills. Our package is aimed at addressing these issues head-on by installing more insulation in your home, air sealing the attic space, basement, and ductwork, and installing a smart thermostat energy management system in the property. These simple upgrades are expected to save Cleveland residents about $400 per year on average. The following video outlines the process we go through to determine how you can improve the comfort of your home and save money on your energy bills. It's a very simple, free, 1-hour in-home assessment that identifies the main areas where you can save and provides a simple report at the end of the assessment. We hope you enjoy the video and encourage you to contact us to schedule your assessment as soon as possible.
Hey Terrell, I'm Douglas Martin, the home energy coach from Empower Gas and Electric. Thank you so much for having us over to your home today for the energy efficiency assessment.
Thank you for coming.
So Empower Gas and Electric is the official Cleveland Energy Savers program, as well as the energy efficiency services provider for Cuyahoga County. What we'd like to do today is a quick 1-hour assessment to look at some key features of your home to see how we can make your home more efficient, more comfortable, and save you some money. So today what we'll do is I think we'll check a few things. We'll look around in the basement a lot. We'll look at the heating and cooling equipment. We'll look at your hot water tank. As well as in the attic, we'll definitely want to look at the insulation levels. Make sure that you're up to a standard insulation level, as well as making sure that it's installed properly.
I think it sounds great. Can't wait to get started. Where do we start first?
Let's go to the basement.
All right.
Okay, so here in the basement, there's several things that we want to check out. We want to look at the hot water tank. We want to look at all this exposed ductwork. We want to look at the rim joist that runs along the perimeter of the basement. And we want to check for any excessive plumbing or electrical penetrations that are going into the subfloor that might be allowing your conditioned air to sink back down here. But we especially want to look at the furnace and HVAC equipment. This is going to be the hungriest appliance in your home. This is going to be what's using the majority of your energy, so we want to make sure that it's running as efficiently as it should be and that there's no red flags. Okay, so let's take a look at the furnace. Now I can tell just by looking that this is about an 80% efficient furnace. So what that means is essentially that about 80% of the gas that goes into it is really just coming right out of the flue. So we're really only burning about 80% of the gas that's coming into it. So let's take a look and see if we can tell anything. And one of the first things that I see is some of this white powdery stuff. What that tells me is that the gas that's coming through here is actually condensating in this flue pipe, and we're having some debris that's resulting from that. So what that tells me is that you could probably stand to have a gas pressure adjustment. And then once that gas pressure is adjusted, it'll be closer to that 80%. Right now you might be getting less than that. But besides that, everything looks pretty clean and in working order. So when I'm looking at the hot water tank, the first thing I look at is I get an age on the water tank, and then that gives me an idea of its efficiency. The second thing that I'm looking at is this flue pipe and making sure that the combustion gases are going up and out of the flue. And that's necessary because if this is not drafting properly, then we're in danger of the basement filling with carbon monoxide, which can be deadly. So I always put my hands around this flue pipe and make sure that I can feel a draft. If I can't feel it with my hands, I can usually grab a cobweb that's nearby, and using a cobweb, I can actually see it going up the flue, and this one here looks good, so this is safe. However, I'm following the flue to the chimney, and here I can see that it's not sealed up around this flue pipe. And this is going to be necessary again for making sure that the combustion gases are not backdrafting into the basement, into the home. The other thing that I look at on the hot water tank is going to be where the temperature is set at. If the homeowner is willing to dial that down a little bit, have their water less hot, then that's another way to save energy. So when I'm looking at the ductwork, there's 3 key features that I'm looking for. The first is the seams of the ductwork, where these tubes are fitting together. I want to make sure that those seams are either sealed up or that they're fitting very tightly so that no air is leaking out. The second thing that I want to look at is the dampers, which are found close to the furnace. So these dampers allow you to adjust the airflow in the home to areas where you either want more conditioned air or less conditioned air. So by closing these, you can stop the flow of air to wherever this duct is leading, and that's going to push more of your conditioned air to areas in the home where you might want that conditioned air to be. So the third thing I want to do is follow the duct where it goes up into the floor. And I want to be sure that there's some kind of air sealing around the duct at the floor. And that's because when the conditioned air is coming through this duct, it's under an extremely high pressure. When it hits that opening, it's going to kind of explode out, and we want as much of that conditioned air to go up into the conditioned space rather than having any of that heat or air conditioning get pulled back down into the basement. So here on the rim joist, I always look at this assembly right here, where the foundation of the home meets the frame of the home. That transition of materials between cement, brick, whatever it is, to the wooden frame of the home, this assembly is always a major source of cold air infiltration. And even more so, when we have these types of plumbing penetrations, you can feel that that's unsealed, and therefore cold air is just rushing in around those pipes. Now furthermore, you have insulation that's up against the rim joist. However, it's not tight against the rim joist, it's kind of wadded up and just sort of stuffed in there. And that's no good. What we really want is it to be flush against that rim joist, as well as continuous, so we don't want any bare spots at all. So the rim joist is one of the most important areas in the basement, but there's several other aspects that we can look at too. Okay, Terrell, now let's go take a look in the attic. Okay, so one of the first things that I'm noticing here in the attic is that we don't have any insulation on the roof deck, and we don't have any insulation here on the floor of the attic. So what that means is all the conditioned air from the floor below us is able to just rise up into this attic space, and then it's coming in contact with the cold roof deck or the heat that's up here in the summer, and all that conditioned air is lost. So the other thing that I'm noticing in the attic is that we do have fiberglass insulation against this knee wall. So that's absolutely what we want to see. We want to see some insulation that's preventing the extreme temperatures in this attic space from adjusting the temperature inside that conditioned room. The problem, however, is that there's no air barrier here. We want to have some kind of an air barrier like Tyvek that prevents humidity from coming into this space. If we have humidity coming into this space, it's going to come in contact with the cold roof deck, turn into moisture, and then that can eventually lead to mold, mildew, and wood rot. So we want to see this fiberglass flush up against the knee wall, as well as wrapped with some sort of an air barrier. So the other thing that I want to point out here is that we have fiberglass bats that are stuffed into the eaves here. Now there's eave ventilation, so there's holes cut down here to allow air to move into this space. And what that does is that A, moves any humidity that's in this space. It kind of moves it around and gets it out of the attic so that you don't have issues with condensation, mold, mildew, rot. But then it also, in the summertime, it moves the warm air that accumulates in here, and so it doesn't get as hot. So what's happened here is we have fiberglass that's been stuffed in here. So what we really want to do is move that fiberglass out and put in baffles so that you're allowing for airflow while still insulating at the eaves. So what we also found up here is while many of the walls do have insulation on them, this wall is completely bare. So this is a significant breach in what we call the thermal barrier. So right here at this wall, we have a significant amount of heat loss, as well as cold air coming in, heat going out, a lot of thermal transfer happening here. So this really needs to have some insulation on it. Okay, Terrell, I'm going to leave you with this 21-point inspection checklist. This outlines 21 things that we looked at today, and it tells you what we found. I looked a little bit at your energy usage, and it looks like with a couple upgrades, you could save up to 22% on your energy bills.
Wow.
That's right. Some of the upgrades that I would suggest would be insulation that we spoke about, the air barrier on the knee walls, doing some air sealing, like for the plumbing and electrical penetrations, as well as the rim joist in the basement. We definitely want to seal that up and insulate it properly.
Thank you for learning more about the Cleveland Energy Saver program and the Empower Home Energy Tune-Up. As a resident or property owner in the city of Cleveland proper, the Cleveland Energy Saver program is offering rebates of up to $500 to install the energy efficiency package. This rebate will be applied directly to your proposal, and Empower handles all of the legwork. Our primary goal is to make this entire process, from energy assessment to the energy efficiency install to even collecting on the rebates, hassle-free and turnkey for the homeowners.
We hope you visit us online at clevelandenergysaver.com or call soon. A properly insulated home will save you a bunch of money, make your home more comfortable, and increase the overall value of your property. We look forward to serving you.